Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on the video today. If you're new here, welcome. We've been on a Ren journey so far. It's been very insightful. Thank you guys so much on the support for my last videos. If you haven't checked it out, we just reacted to Ren's Money Game, part 1. So much to take from that one. I spent some time listening to it again, watching other people react to it, and the themes that we picked up on in the reaction were pretty accurate. Hierarchy, power, the use of money for control, the excuses that we make to hate as societies, as governments. And I think Ren did a really good job of just touching on a lot of relevant issues that are still going on today. Now, a lot of you said that part 2 and part 3 were your favorite parts. So I'm really excited to get into this and see what is going to change from part 1. As part 1 ended, you see Ren kind of giving in to the idea that we are all part of it, and so is he. He is just as much to blame. And so he chooses to protest the money game. So I'm curious to see where this goes. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps me out. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our future videos. I'm ready. Let's get into it. This is Ren Money Game Part 2, and we're watching the official lyric video as promised. Here we go.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on, needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we got to blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Okay, I was vibing there. Very interesting. It's almost an evolution of part 1. Same chorus so far, same I guess chord progression, if that's the right term. And his flow is very similar, and he's still speaking on the same things, but he's zeroing in on the governments. He's zeroing in on specifically what's happening in America, in the UK. I'm not as well versed, obviously, in UK politics. Politics. And going back to what he mentioned about, you know, all these decisions being made for profit, basically, and forget the repercussions. In my old job, and I can't, get into details, but basically, I helped moderate quarterly calls for companies and banks and investors and stuff like that. And some of the things that they would say and how they would talk about, these investments and these decisions that they're making for their shareholders, it was just disgusting. Not all of them, but man, there were some really bad ones that were just so callous to the consequences for, the middle and lower class people who worked for the companies or their customers. And so, I've always felt that unregulated pursuit of profit is just the worst possible setup you could have. And I feel like that's what we've had here in America for the last 30 years, just straight up unregulated capitalism or less and less regulations. And corporations just become these gods, these modern day gods, too big to fail. There's a lot here. Let's keep going.
And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame.
I'm glad it's the same chorus so I can vibe.
Ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
And the imagery, of course, you know, the almighty dollar.
This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. Guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
It's disgusting, man.
This old.
It's disgusting. It's just, it disgusts me whenever I think of the greed and there's just so much. Where do I start? Money. You know, one thing, I was having this conversation with my brother yesterday. What is the core issue when it comes to, you know, politics in at least the United States? And it's money. It's money in politics. It's corporations lobbying and pushing for what they want, and what they want is nonstop profit at the cost of everything and anyone else. And greed is a part of human nature. We know this. But just like there's always going to be corruption, there's always going to be greedy humans, you know, trying to take advantage. But what happens when you turn the environment into the swamp? When you turn the environment and make it ripe for bribery, for corruption, for criminal activity, mafia type shit, like, it's the same fight humans have been fighting forever, and it's with ourselves. And it's just so funny how it ties back in with what Ren has been saying since High Ren, that we're all human beings, that we're all part of the problem and part of the solution, you know, and it ties back into this with the money game. We're all part of that same system. If we don't do something, anything to fight against that tide, that propaganda, the persuasion to sell you things. The seashells reference was genius, and I love how it's a reference, I guess, from Hyren from this, whichever came first, but all of us being a part of that system, whether we like it or not, we have options. We have options, and we need to not stay quiet and not stay numb. We need to educate ourselves. And it's okay to have different opinions. If there's anything to take away from all the crazy stuff that's been happening in the world, it's that we need to embrace differences. It's the only reason we fight. It's either fear of the unknown or greed and power. And that greed and power can't use us to feed itself if we embrace the differences that we all have. You know? There's so much here. There's so much here. All the imagery, it just shows that just because we're in America or in the UK or anywhere in the world, you're not safe from that impending greed. It can sneak in anywhere. And I hate that America is the prime example, you know? If you guys don't know about Citizens United, look it up. Corporations were given the ability to act as individuals, to be able to back and support financially politicians and political issues and super PACs and just all that stuff. Just ways to influence the people who are supposed to represent us to now representing those who have the loudest voice. And the loudest voice equates to the biggest pockets. It's just all messed up, man. And it makes me so mad. So mad. But I know I'm not alone. And I know so many of us feel the same way. Let's just hang in there. You know, the way that I see it is eventually the people in power won't be in power. And it's really up to us and the younger generations to really pick up the pieces, man. You know? Anyway, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. This was a fantastic evolution of the song. And I'm curious if part 3 is going to be a continued evolution or just, you know, make a complete left turn. But so far, still incredibly impressed with Ren, his messages, his way of articulating the messages, his references, his flow, just all around talent, man. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments what you guys took from this track. Vent in the comments along with me, please. It's okay if you guys don't agree with my politics. It's okay if I don't agree with yours. I just want us all to be on the same team. And we don't all have to be mindless zombies to do that. So anyway, I love you guys. Please stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.